Yeah, the worm prop motor has been smoked. It won't be done for this Halloween after all. But I wanted to go over everything that had changed from the last video upload. Let's see here. Yeah. All right. Yeah, it's not going to be done for this year. I need to get a windshield wiper motor and everything for that. Let it run slower. This motor with the dimmer switch, I think the dimmer switch overheated the motor and created a bad stink, so it won't be done for this year. Anyhow, here's the changes. It no longer has the impeller for the vacuum itself. The metal would bend and the JB weld would break loose. Everything has been switched over to self-locking Teflon nuts. The other ones would slip just the slightest bit, lock up and cause problems, so I did away with all the other regular nuts and everything. I also did away with the aluminum tubing that was in here because it wasn't quite 90-degree cuts, and so it would seize up also and cause problems, so that was done away with. The brass bolts that were in here, anybody that's worked with brass knows I learned that this would all shear off just like scissors and everything with the brass bolts after a while, so no brass bolts. The washers that I was going to put the linkage to, I did away with those because there wasn't enough movement. If you picture how much that moves right there, it's hardly any compared to 4 inches out. It has a lot more movement. So the slack that was in the parts and everything wouldn't allow this one to be moving, or on the other side either, once all that slack added up and everything. So I went to these 4-inch armatures. The linkage is made out of clothes hanger. Let me show you. That's all bent through like that. What you do to get this to go through and have it bent like that is you figure you bend this, you figure out your length, and then you bend this outside of here. You don't bend it together like it is right now. Then when you go to assemble it, you insert this side of the linkage with this up at a 90-degree angle from where it's at now, and then when you set it down, you insert this into here, and that way your linkage is exactly where you want it to be and everything without having a bunch of slop in there. I can actually still smell that motor even though it's unplugged and hasn't run for over an hour. Like I said, all the nuts have been changed over to self-locking. I have these stubby bolts in here that hold the axles in. The axles won't float out anymore. That was causing a problem. After a while they would vibrate out and cause problems. Also with the countersunk screws that I showed last time, one of those vibrated loose and the motor came loose, so I went to these 3 bolts here. Those go all the way down through to the bottom of the housing here that I drilled holes through, and holds that. And also I put these crimps on the ends there, and it would stretch over that and just heat it up and stretch over that. But yeah, I'm not quitting on it. It just won't be done this year. I don't have the money to get the proper motor. I think with the windshield wiper motor and the speed, I think would be going just about like so. And I think that would be more accommodating for the desired effect of the worm doing about like that, rather than 180 miles an hour kind of thing. I think this motor runs at over 1,000 RPMs. It's kind of a scary sight to see running. Yeah, that's everything. I'll keep you guys updated.